I've got a bit of a different
Have
opinion.
you?
I think there are some good things. I think the lead character, the lead actor, whoever is, what's his name,
Rutger
Rutger
Hauer.
Howard,
Hauer. Yeah.
Hauer. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Yeah. So I think for like you could have had that film with like a cigar and it would have flopped in terms of delivery, in terms of performance, in terms of the action and all that stuff. But I believed this Rutger guy. I believed him. I believed him that he would, they set the film up in a very simplistic way. Because I was watching it, and the first sort of 10 minutes, I was like, actually, I'm quite into this. So the bad guys are terrible, one-dimensional. So the good things, I think, the actor's good. He convinced me that he was that badass. I think they set it up in a very simplistic way. This is the formula. The good guy is good, but he sort of works between the lines. He's got that one friend that you know is going to get killed later on. But we're real cool with that because, they set it up in that really nice way. He straight away they established that he catches bad guys for money. So that's what he does. And then somehow he's got some sort of past where you don't know. And then he got the guy turning up saying, yeah, we need your help. He's like, okay, then. So you know that he's going to be this sort of bad guy. He goes, and obviously the film's called Wanted Dead or Alive. He's going to go and catch somebody that's like nobody else can catch, sort of thing. He's got a particular set of skills. You know what I mean? This is like pre-taking and all that sort of stuff. So you think, yeah, okay, we'll go along with it. And then you got the bad guys coming in. The bad guys, yeah, you don't know what their motivation is, but they're bad. So they blow up a cinema straight away. Okay, they're the guys we're meant to be hating. There's no real understanding. I think he's just like a career terrorist. That's what he does. I don't know what else. I don't know what his belief system is or anything, but he's a career terrorist. Okay, we'll go with that. And then it sort of builds up, and then you think, yeah, okay. There's this sort of weird love story that kind of comes in. And I was thinking, oh, they're going to do the typical breastshot, that they always show in these 80s films. They didn't do that. I thought that was a good surprise, you know what I mean? I thought they tried to just give it a little bit more meat on the bones, you know what I mean? The relationship was a bit more meaty than other relationships that you see in these sorts of movies. If that's a Van Damme movie, that would be all tits and arse
Probably,
everywhere,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Well, this, I think he had an air of gravitas about him. I don't know what his history is. I don't know whether he's a proper actor from back in the day, but there's a certain intensity in everything that he was doing in his lines. And I thought these lines aren't the best lines, but he's delivering it. He's working his socks off here as an actor. You know what I mean? I thought this guy's acting. You know what I mean? And he's I believed it. I believed what he was doing. So simply because of his performance, I actually enjoyed the movie. There's lots of things that aren't good with it. The storytelling isn't the best. Yes, you got a lot of cliched, one-dimensional characters. Yes, the whole thing about using them as bait was a little bit weird and silly, and it didn't really work. You can see people going to get killed a mile off. I mean, some of the fight scenes weren't the best, but because he was delivering lines in a different way to what I was expecting, it wasn't this cliched, look to the camera or look away from the camera and give me a one line. It was actually, yeah. The only time it got a bit corny was right at the end with the last line. Right at the end is when it kind of went against type of the character. For the rest of it, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm into this. I thought this was all right. This was all right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I thought it was all right.